Hey everybody, this is the 383 that Austin and Matt just took out of the 71 Satellite. It was just sitting in there. It's actually a donor motor. It's a 1967 383. Not 100% sure this is what we're going to use, but I want to find out what took place to lock this motor up. So we're going to pop the heads, the intake, and whatnot off of it. A lot of these components we'll be able to use. We've got another 383 that's done at the machine shop. I got to go pick it up. We got bracketry, things like that. We can sandblast everything, clean it all up. But that's what we got so far. I'm a big fan of old Chrysler big block. They just, for the money, they just, I love them. My first two cars when I was a kid, besides the 72 Fiat that I had a 71 Satellite like this one, and I had a 70 Fury X police car, both big block motors, and they're a lot of fun if you get them right. They'll run like a bear. We also got a good 727 transmission in the deal, so I don't know what the story is with that, but I've got a bunch of transmissions to go to a transmission shop. I may just send that one out and have it done, even though we're going to put a 4-speed in that car. Having a big block 727 laying around is not the worst thing that could happen to somebody. And then also, if you go over here, I'll show you what I'm getting ready to do. Jeep fenders and tub that I'm getting ready to paint. I'm going to paint them today because it's going to have to cure for a couple days, because we're going to do underneath and inside with rhino liner, so it's easier to tape up a painted surface than it is to tape up a surface that's been rhino lined. So we'll do the paint first, not real concerned about what gets inside, because we'll scuff it up and clean it out before the rhino liner goes in there. A bunch of little pieces over there on the Christmas tree. Got the fenders screwed down, ready to go, so I can get them inside now, because these are also going to be rhino lined inside here, but I can do the outside and the inner fender wells. At one time I got the cowl vent, the glove box door, and the wiper motor cover, and we're using, come over here, it is a Chrysler color, not for a Jeep, but it's 2A silver mist poly. We're going to use shop line on this, as well as the shop line Euro Clear, which comes out really, really nice. First, of course, we're going to put a coat of the sealer on it. Same sealer I used on the Mustang, but this will make silver really easy to cover using a medium gray sealer like that. So we'll get this done. The Stig right now is putting Dynamat in Carl's Mustang, and we'll get that done. I'll be here tonight wet sanding more on the red Mustang. Although I don't like wet sanding. Sorry for the long face the other day, but it was a day, so whatever. I started wet sanding. I'll get back on that and finish wet sanding it so we can buff it, and we can actually start assembling that car. Motor's done. All the suspension stuff is done for it. It'll really start going together fast now, but we want to get this painted because we're delivering this just as it is. We don't have to do any assembly on this Jeep at all. I've had it here long enough, and I procrastinate. Well, now I got a date that it's got to be finished by, which means I'm painting it today. So we'll get that taken care of. I guess that's about it for right now. And then what's been sitting inside for a couple of months now, ordered a bunch of stuff from Holly for this truck, but with the back order mess that we have, they kind of pieced it out and sent us a little bit and sent us a little bit and sent us a little bit. Well, the final package is coming, so Matt's going to start tearing down the 454 that's in there so we can put the aluminum intake on it and get ready to start putting the Holly fuel injection in that truck, because I want to drive this. This is my truck, and it's been in here long enough. It takes up a ton of room, but we finally have an ETA on the parts. They're actually at Holly and Bowling Green, which is not far from here. So within the next couple of days, we should have everything, and that also means that we're going to have everything necessary to do the fuel injection on the 70 Super B. So we got some cool hot roddy type stuff coming up for you too. And then they showed you on the truck, of course, motors in and all that. We put shocks on it today. That one will be in the booth getting edge prime and high build shortly. As you can see, the bed's already primed for it. So we're moving along. Come over here, I'll show you what I did last evening. So we put all the Matt 66 in the 68 convertible we're doing, and some of you may say, why are you putting Dynamat in a convertible? Well, when the top's up, you don't want to be hearing all that road noise and everything, and I would imagine this car's probably going to get AC as well, so it's going to help to straighten that out. But it would appear, I'm not sure, but it would appear we're going to take a little bit of time off of this car and get back on Fred and Becky's and get that dialed in, because that car's a lot closer than this one is. So again, very shortly we're going to have some vehicles rolling out of here. So stay tuned, and hey, like and subscribe to the channel. And we've got t-shirts available somewhere. I don't know, I've never figured that out. But there's a thing where you can go and get the t-shirts. But like and subscribe to the channel. We're coming up on a year or so since, I think it's still under a year since we started the channel, and we're very close to 8,000 subscribers already. So I wanted to hit 10,000 by the end of March. Y'all can help with that. Just tell your friends and like and subscribe to the channel. I'd like to get 10,000 by the end of March. Would be really cool. And then we've got the No Name Nationals coming up, which we've got a couple of different things we're doing for that. The only thing etched in stone right now is the monkey bike challenge. We've got the monkey bike. Went out, got one of them. But the vehicles that we're bringing is a very fluid thing right now. But we're looking to have a very colorful setup coming into the No Name Nationals, and everything that's going is getting raced, whether it's against each other, against Ryan Barsness, who I bought my satellite from. Great guy. Him and his dad were here, dropped off the stuff, and then he called me and told me that he went on to South Carolina and made an extensive purchase of Mopar stuff, some of which I'm going to want. I think we're probably going to do a air grabber hood on the satellite as well as a go wing, and they've got all of that, so they're going to be bringing that back. These guys, they go back to Minnesota, but then they leave again, and they hunt parts. But it's Ryan Barsness. Look in the description. We'll put a link to his channel again, so you can go and watch him. He's building a 66 Belvedere for the No Name Nationals, which we're going to race the satellite against. So we're both kind of under the gun on getting these cars done, and finances and time and weather and all that all comes into play. So we're going to do our best to get them done. That's it. How many times did I say quite a few? Probably quite a few. Yes, I have a sippy cup. It's filled with vodka about 8 times a day. That's how I stay going. There it is again. I'm going to stop doing that. But anyway, very, very busy shop. We got a lot of stuff going on. I have 2 engines and a set of heads for the Corvair at the machine shop, paid for, but we currently don't have a truck to go pick them up. So got to see if we can get Joe to empty out the back of his truck and go to the machine shop with me one day and pick up a couple of motors. One of which is for we'll take a walk over there and show you that in a second, the 71 Oldsmobile Riviera GS. It's a 455 that we're building for it. Original motor, but it ran good. It was just, we want more out of it, so we're going to get more out of it. And finally, like I said, the Corvair heads, so we can get that car washed up, cleaned up, ready for shows, because it's March 1st. Shows are starting. There's cruise nights. There's all kinds of things. My grandson, Jesse, my granddaughter's husband, so grandson-in-law, I guess you'd call him, he has started up a thing. It's called Putnam County Hot Rods. It's a Facebook group. in Putnam County, which is a couple counties up I-40 here from here. But he's putting together quite a bit of people that go to just a kind of impromptu cruise in. But I think it's going to get a lot bigger once people start hearing about it. It's because the car culture. People want to go and show off their cars. They want to drive their car somewhere. They've done modifications on their car that they want to show people. Jesse's got a Mustang. I'm not sure exactly what year it is, but it's a Coyote powered crazy Mustang. So he's real proud of that car, and we want him to get some recognition for what he's done to it, because he added a lot to that car in a very short period of time, and it deserves some thumbs up. Yes, I like to bust his chops about it because it's a Mustang, and I'm not really a Mustang fan. Could you tell? Yeah, I got Mustangs all over the place. As I stand next to a Mustang, and I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 more, and I got a fifth one back there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Mustangs in process right now. So we are currently a Mustang and truck shop, but we're going to move along to some other stuff here very shortly. So stay tuned. Thanks again for liking and subscribing. Thanks to everybody that watches the channel. I did a swap meet this past weekend, first swap meet of the year. Fairly local, about 45 minutes from here. But actually had people coming up to me and go, "Hey, we watch your channel," and then they bought some parts, and that's all cool. I mean, it's cool to have people out there and come up to you and mention the fact that they do watch the channel. So there are people who are interested in what we have going on down here. Then sometimes we get comments, people, they're different. So we take care of that as we have to take care of it. But that's it for now. So I got to go paint, and we'll show you that in a little bit.